The emergence of minivans in the Kenyan market brought a total revolution in the car industry for the people with big families and people who are looking cars for their families, ideal cars. And now there is also the debate about the multi-purpose vehicles like the Nissan La Festa and the Mazda Primacy, which are also ideal family cars. But now when we look at the one we have today, there is a difference when it comes to some comfort features. Now guys, the car we have today is a minivan. It is an ideal family vehicle which offers comfort and luxury when you are hauling around the city or you are traveling outside the city. It is ideal for your family because it will carry up to 7 passengers. Na kama uko na watoto wadogo, you can even carry up to a maximum of 10 passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode of the Car Diary, we bring you an exclusive review of the 2014 Toyota Noah. Now guys, there is a debate that has been going rounds that Toyota Noah and Voxy are brothers. Well, they are not brothers, they just resemble each other from the outside looks. There are some few elements in the interior profile that differentiate the two. But even you look at the performance and the power, there is a slightly big difference between the Toyota Noah and the Toyota Voxy. And I'll tell you why. Number one, the Toyota Noah has a larger torque vector than the Toyota Voxy. Number two, the Toyota Noah comes with a 5-speed CVT as opposed to the Toyota Voxy, which comes with a 4-speed CVT. Also, when you talk about fuel consumption, ya Voxy iko juu kidogo as opposed to the Noah, because Voxy actually is heavier than the Toyota Noah. That means it uses a lot of power to move around. That is why fuel consumption will be higher. Another distinguishing feature is that the Toyota Noah is actually more wider than the Toyota Voxy. Hii imeshinda Voxy na some few inches, and that is where the difference comes from. But if you look at the design language from the outside, they can actually confuse you. Ni venye tu hii yenye tuko nayo hapa leo, the new generation, hapo mbele kwa logo, instead of the same logo as the one in the Voxy, hapo mbele kuna ka N. So you can be able to tell the car that is approaching is a Toyota Noah. Hadi hapo tuko sawa? Brilliant. Now, the 2014 Toyota Noah comes in 3 trim levels. We are talking about the Toyota Noah, the G package, we have the S package and the X package, and then there is also the YY package. Now, the YY package is the Toyota Noah which comes with a 5-seater configuration. And then the X is the base grade. Then we have the G, which is the middle grade, and that is what we have here today. And then there is the Toyota Noah S, which is a sports version of the Toyota Noah. Okay, yeah, so those are the trim levels you will find. So based on the depth of your pocket, you can be able to find any of those. Now guys, with that said, let's roll. Now, to start us off, we start with the anterior profile of this Toyota Noah. Now, the first thing that you are going to notice is that this car comes with xenon lights, which is pretty nice to have them because they are very sharp. Ukipiga hii light usiku, lazima uchome mtu, si ndio? Lakini that is bad manners. Watu wanachoma watu usiku. You are on our watch. Najua mimi ni polisi, by the way. Now, let's proceed. You also have provision of fog lights right here, and we've talked about fog lights and what they do. There is no need to repeat that. Now, this is what I want us to measure on. There's this iconic logo right here. Now, in this new generation, it was changed from what used to be here to an N. If you look at it from afar, you will notice it is an N. Now, this is what will tell you this car is actually a Noah and not a Voxy, because the new Voxys still maintained the same badge they used to have in the previous generations. Now, also we have this grille, which is outlaid very nicely on the anterior profile, and it is done in sophisticated color scheme of silver and black, and that gives it a very good aesthetic value from the anterior profile. Now let us check what powers this Toyota Noah under the hood. Now, under the hood of the Toyota Noah, you will only find one engine configuration, and that is the 2-liter 3ZR engine. That is what is available in all the Toyota Noahs. So if you buy a Toyota Noah, the engine configuration you are going to get is just one. Now, what I want to tell you about the specific engine that we have here today, this engine comes with the Valvematic technology. Now, what Valvematic technology does, it reduces fuel consumption and makes it pocket friendly. Now, speaking of fuel consumption, the Toyota Noah is also available in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive configuration. Now, the 2-wheel drive will give you 14 kilometers to the liter, and the 4-wheel drive will give you up to 12.6 kilometers to the liter. Hii yenye tuko nayo hapa ni 2-wheel drive, so that is nice. Let us talk about power and acceleration. So this car will accelerate from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 9.6 seconds, and that is pretty nice. We did that when we were coming. Tutawekea hiyo clip hapa muone. Sawa sawa? Brilliant. Let us head to the side profile and see what we have there as well. Now, the side profile of the Toyota Noah is very simplistic and very functional. It is very simple. The only thing that we have to talk about is the wheelbase of this car. It has a very longer wheelbase, na tume compare na the Toyota Voxy, ile mnasema ni twin brother, and actually inaishinda kidogo. Now, you have the winkers right here on the side mirror, and that is pretty brilliant. And then there are chrome finishings on the doors, and that boosts the aesthetic value of the side profile. Now, these doors are electric, and you can open them from your car keys. Yeah, so we will do that practically. Now, watch what happens with the electric doors. There you go. So that is that. Well, now let's talk about ground clearance upper. So this car, it does not come with the standard ground clearance that is recommended for the Kenyan roads. This car comes with 6.7 inches ground clearance, and that probably means you will find it difficult to maneuver some bumps on the Kenyan road. And it sits on size 17 alloy wheels as well. Hadi hapo tuko sawa? All right, now let's head to the rear profile and see what we have there as well. Now, the rear profile of the current generation Toyota Noah is a little bit different from what we had in the predecessor. Now, look at the brake lights that we have here. Zile zingine zilikuwa fupi, zilikuwa zinapatikana somewhere hapa katikati, but now these ones are more elongated and more visible as opposed to the ones we had in the previous generation. So if you brake, it is very easy for somebody driving behind you to notice you have braked, so that they also slow down. Now, we talk about the badging. We have the Noah badge, and of course the Toyota emblem, so it is easy to identify that ahead of you is a Toyota Noah and not a Voxy. Now, there is also this chrome finish that also boosts the aesthetic value of the rear profile. We also have the reflector brake lights. Hizi zimefichwa hapa kando kidogo, and you know the function of that. Now, also we have a reverse camera iko hapa chini, and that makes your work easier when you are reversing or you are parking your car. Hadi hapo tuko sawa? So until that point, we take a short commercial break. We are still coming back with the best of the interior profile of the 2014 Toyota Noah. Don't go away, because the best is yet to come. And as we go on this break, guys, remember we are eyeing at 5,000 subs by the end of March. So guys, yes, tufanye ile kitu, au sio? I believe in you. Mmekuwa watu sana. Let's continue with the same spirit. I take some water. I'll be back.
Yo, what's up niggas? Slewy Salat, tuko rada na Toby hapa hivi.
na nani?
Jina langu naitwa Sara Mutoa na mimi ni msanii wa nyimbo za Injili na bado mimi ni mwanabiashara, niko rada na Tobi Neema.
Umesikia vile amesema hapo hivyo?
Tuko rada na Younib TV.
Tuko rada. Na uko rada? Niko rada kabisa,
Niko rada. Hapa ni Crystal Clear Collection Junction.
Na tuko rada na
unatafuta show yenye itakupeleka na rada ya step vile vitu zinasonga. Iwe muziki, topics moto zenye zinasaidia mavijana na pia story ya biz. Uko hapo hivyo mtaani, unashanga ni biz gani unaweza anza. Join me, Tobi Neema, on the Niko Rada Show right here on Younib TV kuanzia saa 8 mpaka masaa yake every Thursdays and Fridays.
Welcome back to the car diary. You are still rolling with the big boy, the conversation professor himself. Now guys, the interior profile of the Toyota Noah is pretty nice. The one we have here comes with a very nice ambience. Unaingia huku ndani, you get the black finishing, and it is finished in leather clothing. The seats and gray in color, so that makes it really nice, and the comfort element is not left out. You can see we have an armrest here, and the seats are also bucket inspired so that they can tuck you in well as you drive this car. You are commuting, doing your daily business. Okay, yeah. So guys, let's now shift focus to the cockpit and see what we have there. Now the instrument binnacle is very simple, and it's slightly different from that of the Toyota Voxy. Toyota Voxy instrument binnacle yake inakuanga kwa kipanel kama hii somewhere here, and it really makes it difficult for somebody to see juu zinakuanga ndogo ndogo. This one is bigger, and even the color schemes zenye ziko hapa makes it easier for you to monitor whatever it is that you want to monitor. You have your speedometer and the tachometer. The top speed of this car is 180 kph. Now there is also this section right here that displays some critical information. The driver's seat belt is not on, idling stop is on, and battery yetu hapa iko low. You can see that. Now it also brings this EPC, so this is where you monitor all these things. Hii inamaanisha handbrake iko on na imewaka taa, so that means we have to refuel when we go for the test drive. All right, now let us shift focus to kuja hapa. Now there is also this screen that we have right here, and it also does some functions when it comes to displaying important information. You can see it inaonyesha pale, you press brake pedal and push engine switch to start. Now for somebody who is interacting with a push to start car for a first time, it will be easier for them to know that this car is a push to start juu inakuonyesha hiyo information here. Hadi hapo tuko sawa. We move to the center console, 7-inch infotainment system. It's a touch screen, and that is nice. Let's hear how this baby sounds.
You see, you only have an open way of thinking.
Okay.
If you're interacting.
Well, some good music there. The infotainment system is pretty nice. It's a Carrozzeria. Carrozzeria is a Japanese sound engineer who does designs sana for these cars from Japan. Yeah. Now, ukisonga hapa chini, you have your hazard. There are some buttons here. You have your traction control, and you have the eco mode. Now, you see, guys, I've always told you that it is wise to have your traction control on. Now, let me just turn this on so that in case kuna mambo zingine kwa barabara, it can really help. Now, tukisonga hapa kwa gear shifter, it is really done in nice finishing. You can see this gray color with the silver color, and even the notations. It gives some good vibes when you look at it. Now, you have your climate control here, a very simple one, but it is a dual climate control. you have to turn on your AC for you to use this. So you have the passenger temperature this other side, and your temperature as the driver. You can also engage it automatically, and then you have your fan. This is for enhancing the speed fan, this is for reducing, and then this is the front dual rear mirror defrost. All those stuffs are there. Now you only get one storage compartment here per center console, and that is this what we have here. So you can have 2 cup holders, yako na ya ujirani, au sio? All right. Now let's talk about legroom kidogo. The legroom for this car is very sufficient for a tall driver and a short driver like me. Now if we happen to retract this, you can see how sufficient the legroom is. Now if you are a short driver, you have to retract it to fit your position. Now we didn't talk about these controls on the steering wheel. This was a 14 system, like you can see there. If I control over here, it moves over there. Yeah, so that is what these things do. I think we need to turn on the car completely so that the engine runs. You see that valvematic thing that we talked about? Yeah, so this is where you control everything that is here. You can see the controls. When I move, it moves. Driver temperature, it shows you the mode, the passenger temperature. You know, you can do all settings from here. So you can press OK, you can see the language display, come up, display, all those things. So this is where you configure your car, anything you need in this car. Sawa sawa. Yeah. So you also have your volume down, volume up button, na hii ni ya kurudi nyuma from that end. So if you want to go back from that screen, you use this button. You also have the SRS airbags. We'll talk about safety features when we go for the test drive. Now there are some few things that I need to show you guys over here. So this guy is a push to start. So this is the button that starts and stops the engine. Then you have your idling stop. Idling stop inamaanisha ukiwa kwa traffic and you put your foot on the brake, the engine will stop, and then you lift your foot off the brake, itajistart peke yake. Then there is the buttons that controls the doors. We said we have electric doors. Now you can power the doors or you can operate them manually. So you can switch off that power mode from here. So ukipeleka juu unafunga, inamaanisha these buttons are now let me term them useless, but ukiweka hivi they become useful. Hadi hapo tuko sawa? All right, let's move to the rear end seats and see what we have there as well. Well, the middle row seats are very comfortable. Now in the middle row you only get 2 seats, and then uko nyuma ndio uko na provision ya 3 seats. That's why we said it's a 7-seater. So 3 plus 2 plus 2, you get 7, and there is ample legroom, and even headroom is very okay, and that is nice. Now we talked of dual climate control. Now the ones in Toyota Noah aziko hapa chini as I used to have them in other cars. Hizi ziko hapa, and I believe you are seeing them. So this is where you control the temperature for rear passengers, kuanzia middle row ukienda mpaka huko nyuma. So their climate control air conditioner ziko hapa kwa hii pillar, you know, na zingine hapa nyuma again for these rear passengers. Also you are able to fold these seats and have enough boot space. Like you can see hii tumefold, and yeah, the boot space is really big. You can beba mabati hapa kama wewe ni mtu unataka kujenga, au sio? Yeah, so guys, up to that point, I want us to take this baby on the road and get you the real experience behind the wheel so that you can enjoy all of it from the comfort of your living room. So let the rubber meet the road. So guys, we are on the road with this ideal family car. It is that time for getting the real experience behind the wheels. Remember, I told you guys right here on the Car Diary, it's all about the real experience behind the wheels. Now today we are rolling with this 2014 Toyota Noah, and I can guarantee you that if you buy this car, this is an investment that you can never regret. The way this car handles on the highway, it's pretty nice. It's ni soft vizuri. The steering is very smooth to handle, you know, and legroom pia iko sufficient as you drive. Uko na options kadhaa. And this car, you look at the Voxy and this car, from the outside they are ideally the same because all of them come from Toyota, but now difference inakuja kwa interior profile eh? Now you look at the instrument binnacle on the Toyota Voxy, inakuanga huku mbele kwa hii dash iko hapa, but now on the Noah the instrument binnacle retains the same position as other cars, iko tu hapa mbele ya steering wheel, so you can be able to monitor you are cruising at what speed, everything, mafuta yako nini, you can be able to see that here vizuri sana. Now let's talk about some comfort in this car. Last week I was with my friend from Outer Ring Classic Motors, na bado leo tuko na yeye. I told you you should expect seeing much of him on the show. Mr. Mwangi.
Yes, hello.
Jambo.
Jambo.
Uko freshi?
Uko freshi.
Tell us how comfort looks like on that other end.
This car is very comfortable.
Yes.
It's a 7-seater family car. And this car inakuwa garage when you have dowry and uko na watu group inakupeleka hii gari and mkuwe comfortable. Iko mpaka na hizi za mkono za kuwekelea and armrest and it's very heavy car. Hata kwa mlima unasikia ni kama unapanda mlima, ni kama uko umeketi chini unapanda mlima.
Let's see how practical this car is when it comes to acceleration. So we go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really nice, guys. Handles properly, very nice. Hapo tunaingia 100. Wow, really nice. Ina handle vizuri sana. This is a good buy. So also Mwangi.
Yes.
How is safety in this car?
The car is safety. It has airbags, it has the belts, safety belts, and also it's a heavy car. Ikiwa kwa barabara ina handle vizuri, haiyubayubi kwa barabara, inakaria barabara vizuri. Na pia ukiwa kwa gari unaweka hizi safety belts na airbags konazo, so it's a good car.
Well guys, also fuel economy is really good. Now this is not the hybrid version of the Noah. There is also a hybrid version. Na hii you can drive it in eco mode, normal mode and manual mode. Eco mode ni ile ya kusave mafuta. Like right now we are cruising in eco mode and I can say fuel consumption even in normal mode is very economical. Like venye nimewambia, this is an investment you can never regret. Now I can see a map here and maps on these cars from Toyota Japan they are zinakuanga useless on the Kenyan roads because these maps are designed for the Japanese market and they cannot help you that much in Kenya. Like ikikuja hapa ni maridadi do you get? Yeah. So also Mwangi now,
yeah,
I think hii gari imenibamba.
Yep.
And what I love about it most,
yes,
is the fact that it is very comfortable, a very comfortable family car,
yeah,
especially for long distance drive.
Yes.
And it has a very spacious interior. If you are supposed to go up country with this car, na uko na familia, umebeba nyanya yako, au watu wote, they could fit in here perfectly. You get?
Yes.
So wewe ni nini nakubamba kwa hii gari?
Okay, for this car, the Noah car, iko na space, iko na say armrest and the space is okay. It has a boot here, penye unaweza kuja hizi the back seats and then uweke mizigo yako hapo. Pia the fuel consumption iko sawa juu it's a Valvematic, imenyongwa mafuta.
Yeah, by the way guys, when we were doing the engine we talked about the Valvematic technology. Now what the Valvematic does,
yes,
inapunguzanga consumption ya gari. Wamefinya hizo zinaitwa aje? Kuna those pipes zenye zinapitisha mafuta zimefinywa in the Valvematic technology, so that means it does not consume a lot of fuel when you are driving this car. And we've talked about eco mode, So I can recommend this car. It's an ideal car ya familia. But tusikupate hapo wewe ni kijana unaanza maisha na ushashika ndoa, unless wewe ni mtu unapenda dundaing weekends and you want to roll out with your boys or your friends, then you can get a Noah. But this car is ideally meant for large families per se. Yeah, that is why it is there in the market. Now also, the worthy competitors of this car in the Kenyan market, we have the likes of the Mazda Biante, we have the Toyota Voxy, hiyo enye ni bro ya Noah kimpango, and then
Serena.
there is also Nissan Serena, the Honda Step Wagon. Ndio Mwangi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Honda Step Wagon is also in that class, and that is really nice. I think this car has a lot to offer. Value for money. How much does this car cost in Kenya?
It's going for 1.7 and it's affordable, and also the maintenance ya kitu kama shocks nini ziko very cheap.
Yeah. Availability of spare parts.
Availability of spare parts ziko, and pia the mechanic wako very easy to maintain it, and iko sawa.
Ni easier to get mechanic. By the way, mechanics wa Toyota wako kila mahali. Now there is something we have to talk about when we have this Toyota Noah. Kuna watu wana misuse the Toyota Noah. They are using it for business, and it is just an ideal family car. It is known to be going to Kisumu in less than 6 hours, by the way, and that is not very healthy to haul people at higher speeds simply because you know the car flies. Yeah, so those misusing the Toyota Noah, ni sawa mnafanya business, lakini don't go at those high speeds because maybe you are putting lives at risk. My parting shot, quick fast. Number 1, fuel economy checks the box. Number 2, comfort checks the box. Comfort for long drive, ideal for a big and a small family. Number 3 is how practical this car is. You have sufficient space for long drives. Even carrying your luggage in the boot, you have boot space. Umeona, if you retract the seats, rear seats when nimewashow, you have seen how practical it really is. So guys, we've come to the end of today's car diary, and if you want to get this car, we were given this car by Outer Ring Classic Motors. Wako pale Kangundo Road opposite East Capital Apartments. Their contacts are in the description below. Mr. Mwangi pale ametuambia bei ya gari, and ukienda hapo uambie ulitumwa na the conversation professor. There is a room for slight negotiation, au sio? Yeah, I promised you guys the best deals in town, and now you know where to get an ideal family car like this one if you want to get one. Hii story tumekafunga na kamenyuria. See you next Sunday, same time, same place. Adios.